and resumed their march from the town of Chinnery into Indian-held Kashmir. On the Indian side of the border, troops in the city of Srinagar opened fire to disperse pro-independence demonstrators. From Pakistani Kashmir, our Foreign Affairs correspondent George Alagaya reports.
Over 5,000 people gathered in Muzaffarabad yesterday to begin their march across the border into Indian Kashmir, a protest over the division of their land when Britain pulled out in 1947. The march is being organised by the Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, the oldest of several groups fighting for Kashmiri unity. Its leader, Aminullah Khan, is based in Pakistani Kashmir, but told a rally before the march that Kashmir had to be free of both India and Pakistan. His people say they'll fight to the end.
We will die, we will fight, but we will cross the ceasefire line. We are prepared. We all are prepared for sacrificing our life. We are prepared for dying.
But the Pakistani government wants Kashmir under its control, though officials say that's not why they're trying to stop the border crossing. The JKLF hopes to cross the line at Chakoti, 6,000 feet high.
For over 40 years, the ceasefire line has divided Kashmir. India and Pakistan have fought 3 wars across it, and the border remains a highly
Pakistani-controlled sector of Kashmir. The demonstrators were attempting to march across the heavily defended frontier into the Indian sector. Many have been injured, and the Jammu and the Kashmir Liberation Front say its leader, Aminullah Khan, is amongst those arrested. The march is to commemorate the death 8 years ago of the leading Kashmiri independence.
India and Pakistan have fought 2 wars over Kashmir, which is divided between them. The marchers were heading towards the border of the India sector when the Pakistanis stopped them near the town of Chakoti. From Kashmir, George Alagaya reports.
There were about 2,000 supporters with Aminullah Khan, the JKF leader, this morning. Many had spent the night on the roadside, ready for what they said would be the final assault on the border. That, at any rate, was the plan. The march began peacefully enough, but it wasn't long before the crowd was tested. The tear gas slowed progress, but it was the boulders rolled down the hill by Pakistani policemen that accounted for the mounting casualties. Later, security forces resorted to rifle fire, apparently breaking their pledge to use minimum force. There are 3 confirmed deaths and reports that the figure could be as much as 10. Over 20 are in local hospitals. The Pakistani government says it sympathizes with the marchers, but wanted to prevent even greater bloodshed at the hands of India's border forces. By late this evening, there were just 3 roadblocks
of clashes. Several thousand demonstrators were trying to march from Pakistan-controlled Kashmir over the ceasefire line into the Indian sector of the province. Along their route from Muzaffarabad, the capital of Pakistani Kashmir, towards the frontier villages of Chinnery and Chakoti, Pakistani troops forcibly prevented their advance to the ceasefire line. Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif said he regretted his forces had killed what he called freedom fighters. Then, in a pointed message to New Delhi, he said India must negotiate a Kashmir settlement, saying Pakistan cannot prevent these marches indefinitely. But demonstrators were on the streets of the Indian capital. Campaigners for Hindustan unity denounced Pakistan's claim over Kashmir. 40,000 Pakistani troops face an even larger Indian force either side of the ceasefire line. All day, both commanders were in hotline contact to prevent me.
This is a complete betrayal of our cause by Pakistan and the Azad Kashmir government. They have completely betrayed, they have equated themselves with India so far as Kashmir is concerned. And we never expected this sort of savagery. We could have scored a lot against India, but they have deprived us of this achievement for the time being only. We'll inshallah get it.
The sentiments are echoed on the streets of Muzaffarabad. Pakistani dogs, these women are shouting. Just days ago, India was their target. Both countries lay claim to Kashmir, but allegations of human rights violations in India's territory have long given Pakistan the advantage. It may have lost that now. Government officials say they came under intense international pressure to stop the march. But people here remember only that it was Pakistani policemen who stood in their way on the mountain border 2 days ago. George Alagaya, BBC News, Muzaffarabad, Kashmir.